welcome to this late April update from Pennyhill Junction. Now it's only going to be a short update this month in terms of a layout update. Unfortunately, over the last four or 5 weeks, very little progress has been made on the layout. In fact, this is probably only about the second or third time I've been in the loft in about the last, as I said, four to 5 weeks. But before I get into the layout update, I just want to say a thank you, but also an apology to my subscribers. I'll start with a thank you. About 3 weeks ago now, I finally hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, and after 15 months since I started this project, and 15 months since my YouTube channel was created, I couldn't have dreamed that I would hit 1,000 subscribers so quickly. So yeah, a huge thank you to all those of you that have subscribed to me. Could not believe that my layout, very much still in its early stages, would have gathered so much interest. So I really do appreciate all your support, and and I hope you to continue to hang on and bear with me. I say things will start to ramp up again soon, hopefully over the next month or two. Once I get a big month out of the way next month in May, I hit a big milestone, a big birthday coming up in May for myself. So I've got a lot of busy weekends. I'm away with my wife for one weekend, and then I've got a rather heavy session with my mates the weekend after that, and then towards the end of May I'm away on holiday with the family. So lots happening in May. So it'll probably be June now before I really make some significant progress again on the layout. But yeah, huge thanks again for continuing to support this channel, and the journey will continue very soon. But again, I also wanted to say a quick apology. When I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, I had every intention of running a live session on a Saturday evening. It was going to be a Q&A plus a live running session. But unfortunately, due to some personal commitments, it meant I was unable to complete that session or provide a session for you live that Saturday evening. So I can only apologise for those who are looking forward to the session. I was certainly looking forward to the session, but yeah, as many of you know, family life can certainly get in the way at times. But yeah, this is a hobby at the end of the day. Family comes first, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so before I move on to the layout update, one of the things I was planning to do on the live session was a running session. I now have a fleet of, I think it's about 11 or 12 sort of various locos and EMUs, etc. So I literally put my whole fleet up on the Facebook Model Railway YouTube community group and gave you guys the opportunity to vote for what you'd like to see on the running session. And I would select the top 4 and run a live running session. Now, unfortunately, the live session didn't go ahead. So, for those, I don't want those of you who voted to have a wasted vote. So my intention is, after I've done a layout update on this video, I'll provide a running session which will feature those top 4 locos, which were of course voted by you good selves. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and thank you once again for your continued support. So with what little progress has been made this month, you join me on the west end of the layout. This is where we have the DRS traction maintenance depot, and as you'll see, we now have a back scene in place at the west end of the layout. On the opposite side of the layout, as you recall from previous videos, it's very much a rural scene with the hills and dales back scene, whereas this side is much more industrial. You see they've got this warehouse scene here. Now the elevated section of track will come up to about here, and then I'll have fencing going right across the edge, and then it will come into this corner raised section here, where the express lines will again will run through, but perhaps on this side I'll have a level crossing and then try and transition the scenery in this area again into this warehouse and industrial area. Now I've also made an attempt, as you can see, at putting a sky scene along the station section. However, I'm not convinced it's right for this part of the layout. I know the elevated section isn't going to leave much room anyway between the top level and obviously the insulating foil, and I probably could obviously put some scenic materials, sort of bushes and trees, but I'm almost tempted to get something similar to the bottom end, like the hills and dales, just have a bit more green rather than the sky. And also a couple of things that you'll spot is the backseam boards are coming away from their supports. Now I think I mentioned in last month's video the plan was to use Velcro to attach these 5.5mm ply boards to supports at the back, but unfortunately, since we had a slight hot spell a couple of weeks ago, the adhesive on the back of the Velcro just doesn't seem to work anymore, and you can see that's the same thing that's happened down this end. If I come round, you'll see that despite pressing hard, it just comes away. Oh, it's held that time, but I think it's held more by the board. Yeah, see, it just flicks back. So I think it's back to the drawing board. I may have to go down the route of screwing those boards in, but as I'm potentially looking to replace the back seams anyway, I'll just have to try my best to apply them with the back seam boards in place. And another thing I did try with these, because these the height of these back seam boards are only 180mm, I've been using double-sided tape on the edges of the larger back seam boards to keep them in place and make sure that the edges don't start to peel away. But because these are so narrow, I thought I'd just use them throughout, because this is hard card. But as you can see, in between where the tape is, it gives the effect of quite a lot of air bubbles, which surprises me, because I said there's absolutely no glue on there. I haven't used any PVA. I've literally used strips of double-sided tape to stick it down, but it still seems to have bubbles, which surprises me. But as I say, this end of the layout and these boards, very much back to the drawing board. But yeah, valuable lesson learnt. No great harm done. And so we'll correct that over the next month or two. Okay, so I'm afraid that really is it for a layout update for this month. As I said, not too much progress made. A busy month ahead in May, but hopefully when June comes along, I'll be able to continue some progress and hopefully have a bit more interesting layout update for you. But before I move into the running session, I just wanted to say big thanks to Dave from Dave Trains. Those of you who are not familiar with Dave's channel, I'll put a link up in the top of the screen. So I entered, I think it was sometime in March, or mid to end of March, I entered a competition, a giveaway that Dave was doing on his channel. I think he was giving away a large number of prizes, and I was fortunate enough to win this tanker wagon, which I've got at the moment, taking pride of place within the DRS TMD depot. In fact, this area and this siding that it's in will be part of the sort of fuel fuel area, sort of fuel tanks, where tanks will come in and offload fuel into the TMD tank area. So I've just got that, I say, taking pride of place on the layout at the moment. So big thanks to Dave for sending this through to me, and yeah, I feel very fortunate to have won this prize. Okay, so before I commence the running session, let's give you the final results from the poll which I put up on the Facebook group, the Model Railway YouTube community group Facebook group. So in 4th place, with 5 of the 85 votes, so 6% of the votes, was the GWR Green HST. In 3rd place, with 14% of the votes and 12 out of 85, was the First Great Western Class 08 shunter on shunting duties. And in 2nd place, with 24 votes and 28%, was New Hitachi Class 800 in GWR Green. And the winner in 1st place was my DRS Class 37, 37405, with 39% of the vote and 33 out of 85 votes, the DRS 37 on rail tour duties. So I'll leave you with that running session now, and until next time, thanks again for watching. Bye for now.
Mm.